are, except I know one thing. They're way cool.
Okay, now of course, like with any project we're going to do, you're going to start with your yarn, your knot. Okay, with any project, you're going to start with your crochet knot, and we're going to chain 37. Six, 37. Okay, so now I have a chain of 37. Now what we're going to do is we're going to count 4 stitches from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to place 2 double crochets into that 4th stitch. Same stitch, number 2 double crochet. Now I'm going to skip 1 stitch, and I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch. I'm going to skip a stitch, and I'm going to place 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Three. Skip a stitch, single crochet. Continue this pattern all the way till you have 3 stitches left on your chain. So you're going to skip a stitch, 3 double crochets, skip a stitch, single, skip a stitch, 3, skip a stitch, single. So when you get to the end, you're going to have 3 single chains left, and you're going to skip a stitch, 2 double crochets into the second chain from the end, one double crochet into the last stitch. And that will end that row. And you're going to end every row like this one with 2 and 1. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and start row 2. Row 2 is a single stitch to your next stitch. One more single stitch into the next stitch. Chain one. Skip a stitch, a double crochet. Chain one. Skip a stitch, single crochet, chain one. Continue that to the end of the row. Skip a stitch, double, chain one, skip, single, chain one, skip, double. Meet you at the end. So at the end of that row, your last stitch will be a single, oops, kind of missed a thread. Now we're going to chain three. And turn our work. Now we're going to do one more double stitch into that first stitch. Your chain three will be one, so you'll have a total of 2 double stitches into that first stitch. 1, 2. We're going to skip a stitch and single crochet into that next stitch. Skip a stitch and 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Three. And finish this row that way. Skip a single, then skip a chain and 3. Finish this row. And meet me at the end. Skip, single, and then we're going to skip, and we're going to do 3 into the next. And I'll meet you at the end. So at every end of every row 3 end, it'll be 2 double crochet and 1 double crochet. That just makes the end of that row a little snugger. So the 2 double crochet, and then into the last stitch, this 1 double crochet. Chain 1. Now you're simply going to repeat row 2 and 3 over and over until you get the length of scarf that you want. And then we will join it together if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I join it together and make it round. So row 2, again, single crochet, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double, all the way to the end. We'll do 1 more row 3, and then I'll leave you be till we join it at the end. At the end of that row, remember the chain 3, turn your work, and you start with 2 double crochet. The chain 3 is 1 already, so this is number 2. And then continue. Skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, 3 double crochets, all the way to the end. And always remember, row 3 ends with 2 double crochets and 1 double crochet. Now complete rows 2 and 3 until you get the desired length of your scarf. So our scarf is finished, and this is the pattern. It's very pretty. I really like it. Mine measures 66 inches, and that's enough to make it comfortably wrap around my neck twice. So you can leave these ends open if you choose. You can crochet them together. Some people just simply crochet them. Or if you want, I use just a yarn needle. I thread the extra ends, and I simply just tie them or sew them together. Real simple. All the way to the end. Doesn't have to be fancy. Nobody's going to see it. And then when you're all done, just tie your ends off, and see, you won't even be able to tell it's together, latched together. And that's your beautiful scarf. Enjoy.